Halal at Stellenbosch FC. Stellenbosch FC etched their name into the history books on Wednesday night, advancing to the CAF Confederation Cup semi-finals for the first time after a hard-fought 1-0 victory over defending champions Zamalek. The South African outfit, who held the Egyptian Giants to a goalless draw in Cape Town last week, delivered a disciplined and determined performance in Cairo to clinch a famous aggregate win. Head coach Steve Barker opted for consistency in his selection, naming an unchanged starting lineup despite their underwhelming away form in the competition, most notably a 5-0 thrashing by RS Bekane in Morocco. The first half mirrored the cagey nature of the opening leg, with both sides probing cautiously. Zamalek controlled possession but struggled to break down Stellenbosch's resolute backline. The best chance of the half fell to Jaziri on the half-hour mark, but the forward failed to hit the target after a well-placed cross from armed Abu El Fattah. Sensing the need for greater attacking impetus, Barker introduced Kumani, Butaka and Lesibangu at the break, replacing Genino Palace and top scorer Devin Titus. The changes nearly paid off, instant as Ngu tested goalkeeper Mohamed Awad with a thunderous strike from range 6 minutes into the second half. The pressure eventually told in the 79th minute. Ngu, lively since his introduction, turned creator with a pinpoint pass to Sihle Nduli, who kept his composure to slot home from close range, sending the travelling bench into raptures and Stellenbosch into the final four. This landmark victory sets up a mouth-watering semi-finals clash with Tanzanian giant Simba SC, coached by South Africa's own Fahlu Davids. Stellenbosch's fairy tale run continues, and with history already made, Barker and his men will now believe anything is possible. Barker also reacted to South Africa's team's strong performance in the CAF interclub competitions after the conclusion of the Champions League and Confederation Cup quarter-final matches. This comes after history was made as three South African teams, Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates and his team, Stellenbosch, reached the semi-final stage of the CAF interclub competitions for the first time in the same season. Pirates booked the Champions League semi-final spot after defeating Algeria side MC Alger with a 1-0 aggregate score, whereas Sundowns advanced to the semi after a 1-0 aggregate win over Esperance of Tunisia. Meanwhile, Stelles progressed to the semi-finals of the Confederation Cup after a 1-0 victory against Egyptian giant Zamalek. Barker emphasized that the qualification of Stellenbosch, Sundowns and Pirates to the semi-finals of the CAF interclub competitions shows that the South African top flight is strong and competitive. He proceeded to provide an analogy regarding Stellenbosch's performance in the PSL over the past 2 seasons, clinching the Carling Knockout Cup title and reaching the MTN 8 finals, and said, "I was convinced that we will be back here in Egypt in 2 weeks, but unfortunately we are not coming back. But we have achieved a lot in a short space of time. You know, we won a cup in our domestic league last season. This season, we were in the finals of the MTN 8. We play often against teams like Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns, and we held our own. Sundowns and Pirates are also through. This does show that South African football is strong. Also, our national team, Bafana Bafana, is doing well at AFCON, qualified for the AFCON, and we may qualify for the World Cup. So I think it's healthy." He further said that it's good that there is a certain region that can compete against the giants of African football, which is the North Africans. So we are very proud of what we are doing and looking forward to the game against Simba. This is what Barker and the goalkeeper Stephens of the Stellenbosch said before beating the Zamalek. Stellenbosch FC goalkeeper Sage Stephens has declared that the South African side is heading into Wednesday night's CAF Confederation Cup quarter-final second leg against Zamalek with one goal in mind: victory. With the tie delicately poised after a goalless draw in the first leg at the Dane Crave Stadium, Stellenbosch travelled to the intimidating Cairo International Stadium, knowing that any score draw will be enough to see them advance to the semi-finals. However, Stephens insisted that the team isn't banking on that scenario, and said, "We are coming here to win and giving it our all to go as far as possible in this competition. We are not looking to play out for a draw. Our first objective was to make sure we come here with something to play for. Now we have to go all out for the win. The goalkeeper credited his side's tactical discipline in the first leg, highlighting their aggressive press and ability to nullify Zamalek's attacking threats, and said we didn't give them time or space. We pressed them well and didn't allow them into wide areas to put crosses in. We know a bit more about their strengths and weaknesses now, and we are not going to be intimidated by atmosphere. Stevens emphasized the importance of experience, noting the growth Stellenbosch has shown since their debut in the competition, and said every game is a stepping stone. We've been learning since our first campaign and we are ready to show up again and give our best. Stellenbosch head coach Steve Barker echoed Stevens' confidence and underlined the importance of strategic preparedness ahead of the crucial clash. Despite the fact that it will be a difficult task, Steve Barker believes that Zamalek, their opponents in the CAF quarterfinals, will be under more pressure when they lock horns. He believes that they can pull off an upset against the elite Egyptian team. He said the main objective was always for us to go to Cairo still having a chance. We didn't want to go there with the game dead and buried, and I believe that by us not conceding an away goal, the pressure shifts onto Zamalek. With good preparation, knowing what we know, and through analysis and coming up with good plan, we plan to get that goal. As it is, even if they score one, we would only need to score once as well because of the away goals rule. Barker further said that we have to be vigilant, especially with the home crowd backing them, which we know will bring added intensity. We are prepared for every possible scenario. We know what's at stake and will give everything to bring a positive result back home. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more sports news.